What if I told you that the world you live in is not reacting to you, but reflecting you, that everything outside of you, from your bank account to your relationships, is just a giant mirror, echoing the way you see yourself and the way you think life works? If your reflection keeps showing you pain, scarcity, frustration, it's not the mirror that needs fixing. It's the image standing in front of it. Welcome to the mirror principle. We grow up being taught that if we want change, we have to do something, hustle more, network harder, chase opportunity. But no one ever tells us that reality doesn't respond to effort alone. It responds to alignment. The mirror principle isn't a new strategy or life hack. It's a revelation that the world is a direct projection of your internal state. If you feel unworthy on the inside, the outside world finds ways to prove you right. If you see yourself as broken, you'll attract brokenness. Let's be honest, many of us have chased success, relationships, and validation from the outside in. But the truth is, no external achievement will last unless it matches your internal image. That's why millionaires can feel like frauds. That's why someone deeply loved can still feel lonely. Your outer world will always echo your inner narrative. And that's the first shift. The world won't change until you do. Imagine reality as a mirror that doesn't just reflect your face, but your beliefs, your energy, your identity. It listens to your thoughts like commands. It doesn't judge. It just obeys. If your story is, "I'm not good enough," reality nods and says, "Okay, here's more proof." You'll face rejection, setbacks, and dead ends, not because life hates you, but because the mirror is loyal. Too loyal. You don't fix the mirror by yelling at the reflection. You change what's in front of it. The mirror principle teaches us to stop reacting to the reflection and start shaping the image. And here's where it gets personal. The mirror will challenge you. It'll confront you with your fears, your insecurities, your past. That's not punishment. It's an invitation. Because when you finally choose to change the inner picture, reality has no choice but to reflect it. That's the real work, not forcing life to give you what you want, but becoming the version of yourself who naturally receives it. Here's the part most people miss. Reality operates with a delay. In your mind, you can imagine a mansion, a healed heart, a booming business in seconds. But the physical world needs time. Matter is dense. Things unfold slowly here. That's not failure. It's physics. But here's what happens. You start to believe. You set intentions. You even feel good for a while. Then, nothing. No breakthrough. No change. Doubt creeps in. You question everything. And that's when most people quit. But the mirror principle demands loyalty. If you change your internal image, you must hold that image, especially when there's no evidence yet. Because right after the lowest emotional point is when the breakthrough usually shows up. But what manifests is always an echo of your previous state. So if you gave up halfway through, that wave of discouragement becomes what gets reflected. And so the cycle continues, up, down, hope, disappointment. The key is to stay aligned to your vision, your new identity, and your empowered world view. That's how you ride the wave instead of being pulled under by it. This might sting a little. but it's the truth. Your complaints are powerful prayers. Every time you say, "I hate my job," the mirror hears, "Give me more to hate." Every time you dwell on lack, reality gives you more reasons to feel empty. Not because you're cursed, but because that's the signal you're sending. But here's the powerful twist. The mirror doesn't reflect the emotion. It reflects the subject of that emotion. So when you focus on what you don't want, you energize it. And when you start focusing on what you already have and what you truly desire, even if just a little, that's what expands. So take a breath. Pause. What do you love about your life right now? What beauty, no matter how small, is already yours? That becomes your magnet. That becomes the raw material of your new reality. You don't have to feel perfect. You just have to feel aligned. Speak affirmations, not because they're trendy, but because they tune your vibration. Say things like, "I am becoming the person my dreams belong to." Or, "The world is my mirror, and I now choose a new reflection." Your words, your beliefs, your focus, they're not passive. They're the blueprint. Most people live in reaction. They look at their bank account, their relationships, the chaos around them, and then they form a belief based on what they see. That belief becomes a feeling, which becomes an identity, which becomes the seed for the next reality. It's a loop, a trap, a system that never ends until you break it. The mirror principle gives you the power to reverse the cycle. Instead of observing and then reacting, you begin by deciding. You say, "This is the person I am now." Not based on current evidence, but on conscious choice. You form a new image, a new inner reality, a new tone of voice, a new rhythm of thought. And then, little by little, the mirror shifts. It shows you glimpses, tiny signs, small confirmations. That's your cue to double down. Focus more. Praise more. Align more. Even if the world is still chaotic, find the proof that your new self is working. Celebrate every small shift. This becomes your spiritual discipline. Not meditation, not fasting, not manifestation, but loyalty to the self you're choosing to become. Eventually, the reflection becomes undeniable. Then, unstoppable. And then, it becomes your new normal. We were never meant to be victims of our reality. We were born to be its architects. Your life is not happening to you. It's responding through you. The mirror principle isn't magic. It's a sacred mirror showing you who you really believe you are. Change the belief, change the image, and the reflection must follow. This is your invitation to look in the mirror, not with judgment, but with power. To say, "I see myself. I choose again." Because when you finally understand this principle, really understand it, you'll stop chasing change. You'll become it. If this resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Drop your thoughts and reflections in the comments. I'd love to know what part hit home for you. And don't forget to subscribe. We're just getting started. The mirror is waiting. Let's make it reflect something extraordinary.